just reacting and moving and calculating.
Yeah, I mean, I had a game.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Anybody watching this? Let's get into the weekly markup. Before we get into the weekly markup, look at this right here.
Just in the moment.
Look at what Joe Rogan asked Magnus Carlsen of when he's in a world championship game. What is he thinking? And this relates so much to what Tim Grover says. The greats. This is Magnus Carlsen, by the way. If you know about chess, you know Magnus Carlsen. He's one of the greatest chess players ever. Thinking is a distraction, and that's from Tim Grover, right? And look at what
when you're in the
what Magnus Carlsen says
to a world championship game, and
to Joe Rogan.
So what is the mindset? Like if you're in a world championship game, and it's down to these, like what is the state of mind like when you're in the middle of it?
Honestly, when I'm at my best, I'm just like pure laser focused.
It's instinct.
And, I'm just calm and not thinking about anything other than
just in the moment.
Just in the moment, yeah.
Just in the work is already done. You already know the game.
Thinking
so now
is
it's
a
just
distraction.
Moving and calculating.
And that's what Tim Grover also says that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had. For them, thinking was a distraction. The thinking happens in the gym. It happens in the sparring. It happens when you're by yourself in that gym, that dark gym, not in the game, not in the fight. It happens in the practice. All right, now let's get into the weekly markup. You can see here, I literally just got finished right now. This video was supposed to be uploaded earlier. It's already 7:59. Right, the market already opened at 2. But I'm still uploading it today. Still weekly markup, weekly outlook. All right, we're gonna first get into GBPUSD. You could pause and read it. USD. Let's go into the monthly. As you can see, we're overall bullish, and we're zooming into priors. As you can see, we're around 134, which is a previous strong area of supply. Previous strong area of supply was demand over here, and now we're currently here, right, 134, which actually is a pretty strong area of supply and gave us a 1,000 pip drop. Then we hop into the weekly. Then the weekly, we kind of look like we're consolidating, we're ranging. You can see all of this right here, this choppiness. We're ranging, but I still see either sell below or maybe some buys above, right? Just keep it simple based off the supply below, demand above, demand above. You can see we had clean demand above here, then we broke back below, supply below, demand above, and then this created a full range, right? So let's go into the daily time frame, which on the daily, well, I already had these arrows parked. On the daily, we're bearish turning bullish. As you can see, we're flipping bearish, but now we've turned back bullish. We have a daily higher low here, and then we have a bullish engulfing candle back above 134. And now we hop into the 4-hour. That daily higher low turns into a H4 double bottom, price breaking structure. The daily H4 bullish engulfing candle above 134, and this is looking like a higher low. So potentially we could be having something like this, and actually it could potentially be a good entry. Good risk to reward, 1 to 4 risk to reward. And then just on the 4-hour, how does the 1-hour look? I would wait for this to break here, this 1-hour supply. So maybe something like this. So we could get a 1-hour lower high above this 1-hour supply. That would be a nice confirmation for the trade. But for now, we're still bullish, and I do believe that we are going to continue riding bullish. So something like this actually looks really good. Now let's get into GBPJPY. You can pause it and read it. Let's get into GJ. You always start up from the monthly and then you go down. You can see where we're at currently bullish. Above another strong area of supply, strong area of demand. You can see the more you test the zone, the weaker it gets. The first test was really strong. The second test was not as strong. And then we have the previous strong area of supply, which is 195. We're back above it, and then actually we're already about to get close to 207. Remember last week, that was the main target for last week. We're really close to it already. Hop into the weekly, bullish as well on the weekly double bottom. And then we have a weekly bullish engulfing candle above 195 and the higher low. And then we also broke above, which I don't have it right now, but which 199, which was a previous strong area of supply and demand, which was holding here. We broke above it, and then we broke above this other supply zone, which you can see better on the daily. That was kind of holding. We had a huge push to the upside, and then we had a kind of a retest into it, and now we're gonna continue bullish. We still have this gap zone here, so if the price can break back below here, I'm definitely be looking for sales. But for now, I mean, the H4H1 is bullish and it's turning bearish. Price failed to break highs above 205, bearish engulfing candle, and then we're having some higher lows. This could also be a setup to fool sellers, right? So maybe you get into a sell thinking that price is going to continue selling, and then boom, your stop loss gets hit and price continues bullish because of overall bullish, and then this supply and demand zone. So maybe sales could happen, but a little bit something like this to clear, or maybe even to come clear below this, to come clear the gap, something like this, and fake out the sellers. But I still do believe that we're coming to test 207, so I would not really be looking for sales until we actually clear 207. I mean, look at this strong ass push to the strong ass drop, or strong supply. This strong supply could really turn into strong supply again. Look at this huge liquidity that we have been creating already. And remember, fast created liquidity tends to be grabbed up really slowly. And what is this? Slow built up liquidity. Guess what? Always slow built up liquidity tends to be grabbed up quickly. So after we come and clear all of this, either two things will happen. Either this will happen, the big meltdown, or we're gonna break above it, we're gonna create a higher low, and we're gonna push to the upside. That's all that could happen. We could either only buy, or we could either only sell. But we have to wait till price gets to 207, and I do believe price is still on the way to 207. Now let's get into USDCAD. You can pause it and read it. Get into USDCAD, and then USDCAD. Probably we'll be able to trade this tomorrow for New York session. There will actually probably be a trade. We were bearish. Previous supply respected at 147, broke below 144, which would be 144 is another previous supply and demand zone. And then we had a bearish engulfing candle below 139, but guess what? This looks like a bullish trend, and price respected it, and now we broke back above 139. So the monthly is bearish turning bullish, monthly bearish turning bullish. And then if you see on the weekly we're already looking bullish again. Look at this, trend respected, higher lows, and then we have a weekly bullish engulfing candle and a higher low. This looks to me like we're either gonna have a higher low for continuation, or just maybe continue from here. But the weekly is already bullish, and you hop on the daily. You see the daily is overall bullish as well. This support got respected. Daily bullish engulfing candle above 139. My mistake, I was saying 134, 139, and a higher low above 139 as well. And clean price action to the upside. But we can see we just had a bearish engulfing candle at the daily below. Well, I mean, a nice little zone right here, which is supply and demand zone on the lower time frames. On the 4 hour now you can see a better previous supply, demand, price failed to break highs above. We created an H4 bearish engulfing candle below the zone, and now we look like we're gonna continue the downside. Maybe price comes back down to test 139 and create that higher time frame, higher low that I was talking about on the weekly. So maybe something like this happens, right? Or something like this happens. But for now, I do see shorts all the way to 139, possibly. And I do not see buys until we can actually maybe get a break above this zone again. But right now we have to watch price, and right now it's bearish, so if it's bearish, we sell. But the sells also, you have to know that you have to take your profit at 139, right? So I would rather just wait for price to go to 139, and then we'll get in the big trade, in the big position. Now let's get into USDJPY. You can pause it and read it. And if you can Joe roll in the back. Let me just play it from like right here. I already watched that, and I'm gonna lower the sound. So USDJPY, you could pause it and read it. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna play it. I'm just gonna put the screen over the thing. This over the screen. UJ. And I really want to play some chess now, but I have to finish this. Alright, so for the month, got my phone, yo. Got my recording. I've been holding it for 12 minutes. Good thing I didn't stop recording. So, alright, we're on the monthly. Because on the monthly we were bearish. Price was flipping bearish, but we respected this previous area of support, which is 140. And then now we're actually flipping back bullish. So man, you can see monthly bullish engulfing candle and a higher low above 145. And on the weekly, we tested the previous area of supply, and we actually broke above it, but we're currently below it. The same thing with on the weekly bullish trend, and we have a weekly higher low above 145. On the daily, we're kind of turning bearish here, but I mean, yeah, we are turning bearish because we are still we are still below 151. So actually, for more buys, I actually want price to bullish engulf above 151 and give us a higher low, and the first target would be this high right here, but the main target would be 160. Or if price does not want to do that, on the 4 hour, you can see it has already turned bearish. It's one bearish. The daily, it's bullish turning bearish. Obviously, we failed to break highs above here, which is 153. Even though there was nothing over here on the left side, we have a supply here, but still not there. And they just decided to turn back here to 151, below 151, and on the 4 hour you can already see we're bearish. So on the 4 hour you can see this area supply, demand, and then we respect it as demand again. So if price can break below this, actually we'll be looking for nice shorts also, with confluence of clearing this gap, which is most likely what will happen since of this price action. Because if price was really bullish, it should have continued buying here, something like this already. It should not. If it does something like this and comes back and tests this area of supply and demand zone, and it creates a lower high below this, price is definitely melting, definitely. Because obviously the more you test this zone, the weaker it gets. Then people are gonna start thinking that this is support, and then boom, they're gonna clear below it, right? So now, last but not least, NZDCAD. You can pause it and read it. Let's get into NZDCAD. Well, I just realized on GBPUSD, I did not update my So GBPUSD bullish, bullish turning bearish, bearish turning bullish, H4, H1. So live editing, monthly bullish, weekly bullish turning bearish, daily bearish turning bullish, and then H4, H1 bullish. Alright, there we go. I just recalled that. So now let's get into NZDCAD. I didn't recall that because I was like, wait, NZDCAD, I did edit it today. With GBPUSD, I forgot to add it in. Let's get into the monthly. The monthly, obviously, we're on bearish. Price failed to break highs above 087,900 after testing 077, which is a really strong area of supply and demand. Strong demand. Oh well, this was strong. This was not as strong as this one. You see, the more we test this one, the weaker it gets, and we're actually on the way back down to it again at 077. Let's hop into the weekly. On the weekly, you can see this area right here of supply got respected, which is 083. Price did not want to break above that zone, and we're back on our way down to 078,500 and 077. Up on the daily. On the daily, we have another daily zone which we did not want to break above, which is 082,500, rounded to 082,500. Then we have a support, daily support right here, which we were looking at last week. And what did price do? Broke below it, bearish and goes below. We broke actually above it, and then we actually had some small buys above it. Actually 80 pips, and then we broke below it. We're now creating above another support, and we're still below this one. So either we're gonna break above this one and continue to the upside, maybe to 083, or we're gonna break below this one and we're gonna come back down to 78,500, 078,500. So now it's just a process of waiting. And then we hop into the 4 hour. You can see bearish consolidation, bearish consolidating, bearish range, or wait, I'm not even on the NZDCAD. Bearish turning bullish, but actually, are we really bearish turning bullish? Because if we were really bearish turning bullish, price would have already been above here. So actually, I'm gonna do another live editing, and I'm gonna put bullish range, because that's what I actually see. No, not bullish, or yeah, well, bearish range, and now we're ranging here. So now we're waiting for what price does at around this zone, right? So we have our both outcomes. We either break above, create a higher low and continue to the upside, or we break below, create a lower high and continue to the downside. So that was it. Peace and love to anybody watching this. Back to work. I command you health, wealth, wisdom for you and your entire knowledge, for you and your entire family. Peace and love.